Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. Of course, with Manchester United, like I state at the start of every single ManDem United podcast, there's always something to discuss with us. Whether Manchester United are playing well, whether we're playing in a mediocre fashion, whether we're playing poorly, whether it's international break, whatever the case may be, there's always some news regarding Manchester United. Of course, it is the Tuesday edition of the show as well. So I'm joined by Mr. Red United TV. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Links underneath in the description. Ivorian Spice is in the building. What are you telling me, family? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. You can see that I've even got a fresh haircut as well, man. After we finally got a couple of W's, I had to get rid of that stress, man. I was waiting for that time, and it had to be, man. But I'm good, man. I'm just glad to be here. It's match day, flawless. It's Champions League night. You know what I mean? So I'm excited, and of course, so much to talk about Manchester United.
So much to talk
So
about,
much.
people. Of course, as Ivorian just mentioned it, then it is match day. Manchester United playing at home to Copenhagen. Match day 3 of the Champions League. And as you can see from the title, must-win game versus Copenhagen in the Champions League for Manchester United. So we'll be discussing that. We'll be getting Ivorian's thoughts on the victory against Sheffield United. I'll be giving my further thoughts on that as well. I'm sure we'll discuss Jadon Sancho in regards to news with him, Paul Mitchell rumors, and I'm sure there's more as well. And we'll get Ivorian's thoughts on the whole ownership overall as well, with Sheikh Jassim reportedly withdrawing from the process, Jim Ratcliffe offering 25%, but that's still on the table and not been taken over. So all those people who were like, I told you it'd be Jim Ratcliffe, well, how come he's not taking over then? That's the case. Because these things are not a simple process. And then just because you make an offer does not mean it's going to get accepted. Like, it's simple as that. But make sure you bump up the likes first and foremost, because we ain't even in double figures. So like check 1212. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back, hit the like button on the video. Please share across all the socials, all them social media apps you are active on. Share it across all the socials. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. But yeah, Ivorian, we'll start with tonight. You know what I'm saying? We'll start with the game tonight. Must-win game versus Copenhagen. So thoughts, do you think we'll win? What lineup do you want to see? Is Ten Hag actually, it would be 4 if we won tonight. I think it'd be 4 games in a row we've won. Or is it 3? Yeah, it's 3. It'd be 3 games. Yeah, Brentford, Sheffield United, and then Copenhagen if we do indeed win. But yeah, thoughts on tonight?
Well, as you said before in your title, as it says up there, it is a must-win game because at the end of the day, it's the third game, match day 3, and if we was to lose, that technically means that we're gonna struggle to qualify for the. We're on the brink. We'll struggle to qualify for the next round. So we have to win this game. It's 3 points that we need today, and on top of that, the players as well, not just have to win for themselves or for the club and for the fans, but also for Sir Bobby as well. Rest in peace to him as well, who passed away. They have to get these points. At the end of the day, there is no excuses anymore. The manager can't make any more excuses. You have to win. And FC Copenhagen, I don't, in my opinion, think they're a strong side. Flawless. It's a beatable team, which is the truth. Let's be honest. The Danish team. I don't recall Danish team being that strong in the Champions League and progressing so further ahead in the Champions League. It's been a while. So it's an easy 3 points in my opinion for Manchester United at Old Trafford, especially under the floodlights. So there is no excuses for these men to let us down. Not at all. Even those players that haven't been turning up, we expect to see a performance from them. We expect to see a performance from, i.e., our best players like Marcus Rashford, our senior players and key figures like Bruno Fernandes. There is no excuse for him. I know, I'm just saying, it's the truth in it. There is no excuse for my man, and especially like, for example, in midfield and defense, our players need to step up. Our key players, even the manager has to get everything right to a T, flawless. There is no excuse for today. And I'll be fuming. I will lose my shit if we was to lose today, because come on, seriously, Copenhagen at Old Trafford, these are guaranteed 3 points at home. These are the bread and butter victories that you need to win to progress further in to the next round of the Champions League. Your home games are important, and we've already lost one, so we can't lose the second one. And the third one, I'm already thinking we might lose anyway. The third one being Bayern Munich. For those who are wondering, what's the third one? It's Bayern Munich at home.
Bayern Munich at
But
home. Yeah.
but
Last match day 6. But go on, carry
match
on.
day 6 loss. But yeah, and in terms of the team as well, in terms of what I would like to see, or what the manager will put out, in goal, of course, we start with Andre Onana. For what we have available right now, Diego Delo as well in defense. We would like to see the return of Rafael Varane. And one interesting thing that I have to say is that I don't know how you guys feel. I've been impressed with Evans, his performances.
Yeah,
I know we played Sheffield United and we played Brentford last time, but the performance that he's brought into the team and with the maturity as well is good enough, man. And I expect him to start today. If not, it's Harry Maguire. But really and truly, I want Johnny Evans to start with Lindelof playing that left back as well. And in midfield, we gotta have to go for Amrabat.
He's Reguilon's fit.
He is fit, but I don't think he's fit enough to start. In my opinion, I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush him back in. He's already picked up injuries already, like since he starts. I don't want to rush him back in. I want to bring him into the game so he can get some minutes into his legs as well. So yeah, and in midfield, definitely Amrabat. And it's so funny, man saying Scott McTominay. Just based on form. We will never think that we'll say such a thing, but based on form, we want to see Scott McTominay play. And as well, up top, we gotta have to go for what we have right now, which is Anthony, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, and up front, Rasmus Hojlund, who they still acknowledge the fact that we have a striker. It's just amazing how you can't feed your strikers. But yeah, that would be my
amazing. They're just not very good, but we move. You know what I'm saying?
I know. But that's my starting 11, and of course, Manchester United to win. They have to beat them convincingly. I'm not talking about no 2-1 victory. I'm talking about the 3-0, the 2-0, just a convincing win against Copenhagen to show the world and show us that there's a fighting chance in this group. It's needed. Your thoughts, my brother, while you're chopping away.
Jesus Christ. I do think we'll win the game. I genuinely do think we'll win the game. However, I think it will look like Sheffield United. In regards to it won't be pretty, it won't look good, it won't be cohesive, it won't be a convincing performance. It'll be one of them relief. We got through the game. That's what I think it is. Because I can't be asked with United anymore. Facts. I'm just tired of everything. I've said it. I've never felt more disconnected to this team and this club ever than before. I don't like anything to do with it. I don't like the owners. I don't like the hierarchy. The managers are some complete foolishness. I don't like the players. Like, minus a few. Like, yeah, you got Varane, you got Casemiro, and then that's pretty much it. Obviously, excluding the new signings. I'm not throwing them in the mix, apart from Mount, because I didn't want Mount. But the rest of them. But yeah, I just don't like anything to it. I'm not looking forward to this game. I don't look forward to watching us play. And I don't see things getting better. But the worst thing about that is I don't see any solution either. I don't know what can be done to fix it. Because I don't think the manager's going to change. He's going to be stubborn and just continue on his complete foolishness, because we still going. How many more poor performances do these players need to put in before people get dropped? Right. Like you mentioned Lindelof at left back. I'm tired of Lindelof. How many more mistakes is he gonna make? Like, he didn't make no mistake against
Sheffield. Too tough. No. Let's not forget that, which we'll talk about, because there were mistakes. Especially
let me clarify that. There was no mistakes that cost us the goals, but he's done that. You know what I'm saying? Galatasaray, he was at fault. Crystal Palace, when we lost, he was at fault, and then there was another game where he was at fault. I can't remember, but it was like 3 games in a row. But I'm just using him as an example. Yeah, Dalot scored the goal, but not good enough. We know this. McTominay got a goal, not good enough. Bruno's been poor pretty much the whole season. What's Anthony done? What's Anthony done to get back into the side? When's the last time Anthony had an average game? Not a good game. When is the last time he had a game and he was just 5 out of 10? Has he had a 5 out of 10 performance this season? And we're approaching November. Probably not. The fact that that's a question is crazy. Rashford, what's understood ain't got to be spoken about. And you mentioned it, the captain, Bruno. Again, what's understood ain't got to be spoken about. Tells you all you need to know. So yeah, in regards to the game, do I think we'll win? Yeah, I could see us winning, like say very similar to the Sheffield United game, like a 2-0, 2-1, like that type of performance. Haldane said Arsenal game. Yeah, maybe the Arsenal game, Haldane, was the last time, and that was so long ago that Sancho was still like in conversations. I'm still about. That tells you all you need to know. Or when did we play Arsenal? Was that not?
That was in September, right?
Right.
Before
early?
the international,
Early
September.
early September.
Yeah.
Early
Before
September.
the international break.
And we're now approaching November.
That's a long
and we're talking
time.
about that's the last time he had an average game. But yeah, he's gonna start today. He's gonna start against City. He'll probably start against Newcastle, etc., etc. And let me just clarify this. Let me just get to this because Juice says this so people get mistaken. Says yo, flawless, big up, bro. Back again, pod. Yesterday was lit. Question though, do you and Hassam actually not like each other, or is it just content? Let me just clarify.
Yeah,
appreciate the question because people can get confused. First and foremost, back again podcast. Love doing. Shout out to Troops. Shout out Lewis. Shout out and Hassam. If I had issues, if I had genuine dislike for anybody, I wouldn't make content with them. Me and Hassam have zero issues. We talk outside of the podcast. You'll see us tweet each other. There's no beef whatsoever. Sometimes it just gets heated. Same way if you watch for NBA, if you watch NBA TNT, you see Charles Barkley and Big Shaq get into it, or you may see Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless when they was getting into it, or Stephen A. Smith and when he worked with what's his face, Max Kellerman, etc. Like that's
he don't like that guy.
yeah. Right, they don't like each other, but the players are making you'll see it get loud and you get heated. Just because I get loud and it might get heated, there's no beef because we are talking football. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, yeah, I know. That's why I got to this. You know what I'm saying? See, Sheik said it there, flawless in the summer, Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. That's just what it is, and it will get loud from time to time. But yes, just to clarify for everyone, we have no. He was in the watch along. He was in the comment section on the watch along against Sheffield United. But yeah, we have no issue. There's no beef. Like, we don't dislike each other. You know what I'm saying? We make content together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Sheik, Hassam being Skip Bayless, of course, because of the waffle. Like, that's just what it is. When you know what I'm saying? What's the word I'm looking for? When the truth don't work, they start telling lies. That's all it is with Hassam. Because when I was talking about the attack and the clear-cut chances, for example, first thing he said was, all right, name the great saves that Onana made. You said he made great saves. You can go back and watch the footage. No, I didn't. I said he made saves and then he switched it. Well, tell us the saves he made. That's a false equivalency. But that's the sum for you, isn't it? Well, yeah, I'm glad you're entertained by it, man. Man said, fair enough, bro. I love the dynamic between you two. Great debates. Big up, Juice. And I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, so big up to you anyway. That being said, everyone continue to bump up the likes. There's now over 40 people in here, and we're only at 18 likes. Like check 1212. Let's get up to 30 likes. Continue to share this across the socials. That's me, Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV. You can find all the Ivorian socials as well. The links underneath in the description of this live stream and every other live stream. Red United TV. So make sure you go subscribe to his channel as well. And subscribe here, Sarcasm City TV. 8,410 I want you lot to get us to, right? 8,406. Get us to 8,410, please, people. But yeah, back to the game. Yeah, I'm just not looking forward to it whatsoever. I just know we're going to be on foolishness. I know this. I know what Ten Hag's like. I've given up. I was at bargaining for so long. I think that's the fourth stage of depression. It's either the third or fourth stage. I was at bargaining where I was like, drop players. Like, play players on merit. Return back to the tactics and style that you played last year. And then it just got, I think, was it the Brentford game that we won? And I was like, he's just not going to do it. And then the Sheffield United game just backs up what I was already thinking when I see that lineup. Højlund's starving. Behind him is an out-of-form Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, and Anthony. Who's creating for man? Our fullbacks don't create like that. We got Lindelof at left back. We got Dalot at right back. Yeah, we scored. And then in the midfield, you got McTominay and Amrabat who aren't creative. We have no creativity in this team. And another thing that is telling that Mason Mount is £60 million signing was on the bench. It's the Sheffield United side. Tells you all you need to know. And this ain't even me saying, oh, I'm Ten Hag out. I'm just assessing it as I see it. If we play well and if he switched up the lineup tonight and we played well, I'd give him props and give the team. Like when he switched it up against Palace in the League Cup. I give the manager and the players nothing but praise for that, because that was a very good performance. And then I said, run the team again, switches the team up, brings all the players back who are out of form, and we lose 1-0. What are we doing? Big up to Sheik, who says, even though it's early, where are we this season right now? Did you guys think it would be like this or worse this season? Sheik, I was, because of last season, I thought it'd be much better. Because minus Mount, I like the signings we made. Onana, I liked the signing. Hoyland as a signing, I liked. Amrabat, who we were linked with, I like that signing as well. Who else? The 3 signings we made. Who else did we sign?
Obviously, Reguilon came in on
Regulon.
loan.
Regulon was late, so I don't really count that. The same way I don't really look at like
And the goalkeeper.
So, yeah, Onana, who I mentioned, but I
No,
like
the backup goalkeeper.
Banyan, yeah. But I like the point I'm making, Sheik, is I liked the vast majority of the signings. Very much like last season, where it was Casemiro. I'm like, of course, I like as a signing. Malacia, like Hoyland, I liked his profile. Anthony, I didn't know too much about like that. He was more so the Mount signing. Ericsson, over the moon about getting Ericsson on the free. I thought that was just very shrewd business. So I was like, okay. And then off the back end of last season, I thought we'll do well. I thought we'd struggle in terms of goals, but I thought we would be defensively even better. That's what I was expecting. I was expecting Manchester United to improve from a defensive standpoint, despite who we signed, because I didn't rate the players last year and we were still organized. That's what I keep saying. People keep talking about injuries and player skill set. If you are trying to win a Premier League, I hear that. If you're trying to win a Champions League, I hear that. We are doing none of those things. I keep using this. You can take the 11 worst players in the world and be organized. I've watched Everton play away at Anfield. I watched them play at home to Arsenal. For all their lack of skill, you know one thing, they are extremely organized. They went down to 10 men at Anfield and performed better than we did there last year with 11. So they had a man less talent, and still performed better in regards to, all right, going forward, they didn't offer anything. But I'm talking about being a functional. I keep using the words functional and organized. There's no excuse as a professional football team not to be organized. I don't care if we have 20 injuries. We should still be organized. Lack of skill should be the only thing that we have issues with, because Everton don't have our players. Are someone gonna tell me in the chat and lie and say that we don't have more talented players than Everton? Whether you rate our players or not is not the point I'm making. We have better players than them. And we have a better manager than them. Sean, if I sat here and said Sean Dyche is better than Ten Hag, people would want my head on a stake if I said that nonsense, and that would be foolishness. So it's kind of like, how come they have everything worse than us, but yet they're professional and organized, injuries or not, 10 men or not? Imagine we go down to 10 men at Anfield. Could hit double figures. When we play them, I think it's December the 16th. We go down 10 men, it could easily get double figures. We got clapped there 7 last year with 11. Like, what are we doing here? But yeah, I'll let you answer this question, fam. Did you think it would be like this or worse this season?
No, I didn't. I'll be very honest with you. I'm not gonna lie, and I think everyone will probably agree that no one thought it was gonna be like this at the start of the season, especially for the performance based on last season. But at the same time, you look at the way we ended our season, the level of performance was just dying. We wasn't creating enough chances when it came towards the last game of the season, when it came to the FA Cup final. And then you look at preseason, and I know people will say it's only preseason, but the preseason itself was shit, and that reflects going straight into the opening games in the first couple of games. And I never expected us to be poor. I thought we would elevate our football, this whole, like, we brought in Onana to change the dynamic of our football, and I'm still not seeing the dynamic of our football being changed. Well, we signed Amrabat, we signed some players that can make the difference. We brought in Mason Mount, move our midfield, and our midfield even looks even worse than what it was then last season. We're far too open, and in our back we're just conceding goals left, right, and center. Like, so I never expected it to be this bad. I didn't at all. We all expected an improvement. We expected more goals. Look at us right now as we speak. We struggle for goals. We out here begging for goals on the street. We begging for food and change these days. Spare change outside the train station. Just because we can't get the goals in. Even when we've got the right person up front, we can't get the goals in because we just don't know who our striker is. Hoyland, and we ignore it all the time. And for us, I never thought. Again, I repeat this again. I never thought our midfield would get worse. because it has got worse. It's got too open. You thought you add in.
But Ericsson was the problem, because he's got no legs and can't run.
Yeah,
But go on, carry
no,
on.
I know. They said that he doesn't have no legs, but what you realize with Ericsson, he brings in control in that midfield, and that's very important. The word control in football is important, especially in midfield. I think you'll hear the greatest man just say, "I want control, 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 control." Because if there is no control and there is no balance, which Ericsson brings balance in midfield because he can operate in that position. I understand he doesn't have the legs to run up and down. But sometimes you don't need the legs to run up and down. If you can dictate from a deep place and not be exposed, then it's good. It's great. Because if we had a fantastic team that gelled as a team and operated well and well organized, you won't see players like Ericsson being exposed. You won't see goalkeeper like Onana looking silly in goal and being exposed if we had a more organized and cohesive team with a high level of chemistry. You know what I mean? Like, we won't be looking silly, and then right now we're just a team that everyone's weakness is being exploited, and it's looking really mad, and no one's strength is being highlighted. So that goes back to how the team is constructed, and that's back to the manager. You know what I mean? And also the players as well. I've always said it before, Flawless. I don't think the players have the minerals to do a lot. No, apart from a few players, I don't think these players got it. They're not it.
I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that. And that also, not only does that lie on the players, because they should still at least, if you're average, perform to an average level, do the basics. But that's also on the manager, because he's
but the basics, Flawless. The basics they can't even do the basics. Flawless. Some of these guys can't do the basics.
You know what? I have to disagree, because we watched them do it last year.
Yeah, to was it at the highest extent, or was it just at a decent level? Flawless?
Yeah, that's what I'm crying out. Me and you now would cry out for decent.
Mm-hmm.
If someone said United players will perform to 6 out of 10, we would take their 2 arms and 2 legs off for that. We ain't asking for 8, 9, 10 out of 10. We asking for, like you said, decent level, the basics. I was saying, like, that's all it is. I'm not saying play absolutely amazing football and clap teams 5, 6, 7-0. I'm saying revert back to last year in regards to not the tactics he's not going to do, but I'm talking about the performance. You mentioned it. We might have tailed off towards last year, but at least we were resilient. Look at towards the back end of the season. Who did we get battered by? There was no games that you look at and go, it was 3, 4, 5-0. Like, we might have lost in terms of on the pitch performance and like other sides being better and playing better football, but that defensive steel was still there.
Yes.
Like, for instance, we got outplayed in the FA Cup final, for instance, but the game was 2-1.
Yep.
To a mistake from De Gea. Like, I'm not saying if De Gea don't make that mistake, we don't lose the game, but the point I'm making is we're still to make it to a boxing analogy, we're still in the bout. We might be down on the scorecards, but we ain't down on the scorecard. It's not 7 rounds and we've lost 6 of the 7 rounds. It's 7 rounds and we've lost 4. I'm saying maybe 5. We got 2 or 3 rounds in the bank. Like, we're in the conversation going down into the finals. We're constantly in the conversation. We're constantly in the bout, or in this case, in the football match. But hey,
but not this season. Not this season. Anyone?
No resilience. Once we concede it, have we managed to pre-pause, come from behind the season?
Apart from did we not go down against Sheffield? Not Sheffield, I mean against Brentford. We was 1-0 down. That's the only time I've seen us come back. Nottingham Forest as well. Was you a goal up?
Oh yeah. It was 2-0 down. Nottingham Forest. That's actually one of the times we played well this season. The only time we played well in the Premier League was after, I keep saying that, after they scored that second goal, up until we scored the third goal, I thought we was excellent. But look who we're talking about. Nottingham Forest, who are at best relegation battle inside their low. They're not even a mid-table side. We just watched them draw at home to Luton Town.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Brentford, who are okay, decent side, mid-table. Without their best player, they're a mid-table side. That's no disrespect. And it took 2 stoppage time goals from Scott McTominay to win us the game at home. And it shows, you know how it shows the resilience is not there, because we ain't drew all season. There's no draws. It's win or lose. It's win or lose. And that's the complete opposite. All I'm asking for is heart. I'm just asking for passion, desire, intensity. That's it. I'm saying that's
all
it.
we need. That's all we need.
That's it. But we move, and it comes back to the players as well. That's on the manager, because you signed some of these players. You gave some of these players new contracts, etc., etc. It's few and far between. Like I say, yeah, Forest and Brentford. Like, they're the only times. But we move. You lot continue to bump up the likes. Over 60 people in here. Like check 1212. Let's get us up to 40 likes. Are we only at 26 likes and there's over 60 in here? What we doing here? Continue to get your questions in. Of course, if you super chat, I'll get straight to your comment. I'll get straight to your question as well if you do indeed super chat. And don't forget, link for the membership is in the pinned comment. I will be reaching out to all the members, all the Sarcasm City soldiers or higher, because I'll be doing the members Q&A on the kick. So I'll be reaching out to everyone probably tomorrow. I'm going to reach out to everyone. Right, let's see what else. Hey, large up, Jez. I see you, football family. See you in the cut as well. But yeah, I just don't see us. I just don't see it going well, to be honest. Sheik also says, question for Flawless and Ivorian. What's something different you want to see from the performance and lineup versus Sheffield United? You gotta answer that first, Ivorian.
What do I want to see different from the performance and the lineup? Bloody hell, quality football, man. Not being outplayed by the opposition. At home, dominating the game from 0 to 90 minutes. That's what I want to see. I want to get back to the olden days when Al Ferguson was in charge, we were dominating games from start to end. That's what I want to see. The lineup, of course, we can't really talk too much about the lineup based on our injuries. So you're most likely going to see the same team apart from Harry Maguire starting. Although Harry Maguire has played well against Sheffield United, and I'll put my hands up and just say, yeah, he did well. But still, apart from that, I'd rather see Varane in there, and we don't have a left-back option. That's the only difference that I want to see, man. Good football. Flawless. I want to see good football. We haven't played well apart from Crystal Palace at the Carabao Cup, where we impressed. Apart from that, that's it.
Yeah, you're right.
I just want to see good football. I want to start seeing a philosophy. I want to see attacking style. I want to see what Ten Hag is made out of, in terms of the football that he needs to implement, because I'm tired. I've been waiting for a very long time, man. I'm a patient man. Manchester United fans are very patient. We've waited over 10 years, to see something. At times we sit there and say, you know what, it is what it is. We're just going to wait until next. Some of us say, you know what, next season, That's what I want to see, Flawless. I don't know what you expect to see, Flawless, because
I know what we're going to see. The same lineup, same players out of form, same crap football, same misery. However, what I would like to see in terms of, I keep saying it, drop players who are out of form. Why did these? I'm not hearing that we have nobody else. I'm not hearing, there's injuries, so we can't. I'm not hearing that. Because if these players was injured, we would go out there, somebody else would play. If Rashford was unavailable, would we go out there with 10 men, or would Rashford be replaced? Same with Bruno Fernandes, same with Anthony, same with Lindelof, and the list goes same with Dalot. Like I mentioned it before, play the youth players. I've said this. There's a youth team there for a reason. We have an under 23s for a reason. We have an under 21 for a reason. I'm not saying that's the answer. What I'm saying is it's some form of, it's an attempt at a solution. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. We've seen these players almost now for 3 months. We've seen this way of playing, these lineups, these same players for almost 3 months. August, September, October, we're approaching November. It's November next week, I think. Even next week or like in 10 days. So we're on the next week, we're on the doorstep of 3 months. How much more evidence? So are we supposed to play these man all the way through November and this carries on? And then we drop him? Do we play him up until the new year? Do we then play him in 2024? Do we play him to the end of the season? Again, he gonna get sacked if he carries on playing like this, because it's not sustainable. It's just pure foolishness. So yeah, what I would like to see again is these players dropped. And dropped, when I say dropped properly. Not you're not in the starting lineup and then you get on at halftime. No, dropped and you don't, dropped and you don't play. You don't see grass for 2 weeks. You do not see grass. You do not see grass. Your boots do not touch the pitch, whether that's at Old Trafford or an away game. For 2 weeks, guaranteed you'd see guaranteed you'd see a response. And to Jason, who says, I have a genuine question. Why are you, Hassam, always arguing when you guys are together? We don't always argue. We don't always, because even Hassam said it after the stream when we were speaking back to the Back Again podcast, we haven't had an argument in a minute. That's what it is. Well, we argue because Hassam tries foolishness. That's why. That's why we argue, and like I'm not gonna sit there and if you talk to me, you lot have seen it when I've had debates on here, whether it's with somebody on the panel or whether it's someone in the chat. Like if you talk foolishness to me, if you talk to me like I'm stupid, I'm always going to react that way because I know you are talking foolishness. That's why Hassan will throw false equivalencies and all types of nonsense. That's why he switched it. Go back and see what started the initial argument on the show. Bear in mind, go check it out. And just to clarify again, because there's new people here, me and Hassam have no issues whatsoever. We're brethren, everything's calm. You know what I'm saying? It just gets heated during debates. That's all it is. I use Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp as an example. If anyone watched Gilbert's Arena Fire Show, if you look at Gilbert Arenas and Rashad McCants, they argue like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I think we're used to it over here, like in Sky and BBC and like BT, where they don't do that. But everywhere else when sports is debated, it gets heated. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Ivorian many a time where you've been, whether it's you or in your group of brethren, like or with family, getting into debates, and it gets heated. You know what I'm saying? I've had heated debates with my mom about football. For real. You know what I'm saying? Whoever it is, whether it's Ollie, whether it's a Pogba thing, like that's nothing against it. I still love it to death. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why we always argue, because he tries foolishness. Like I said, go back and check what started it. Because he was like, you always ask for clear-cut chances. And then he said, you said Onana makes great saves. So what great saves did he make? Which would have been a fair argument if I would have said that. So then he switched it to saves. I don't talk to me like I'm foolish. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And he don't also as well, he don't like the fact that I ask him questions that nobody else asks him. That's what it is.
It's true.
That's what annoys him. You know what I'm saying? Because when we start talking about Klopp being an elite manager, but he hasn't got a major trophy in half a decade, man don't want to talk no more. Ask him that, people. Next time you chat to us, ask him that. How long can an elite manager go without a major trophy? Because it's been 4 years. It's soon to be 5. And that's okay. But he'll talk about standards, but we move. Well, back to what I was saying in regards to the initial question as well from Sheik. Yeah, we just gonna see the same nonsense. We gonna see the same foolishness. Like I said, when you drop players, drop them, and like I said, they don't see grass. And that's not just Bruno. That's not just Rashford. That's everybody out of form, including a Lindelof, including a Delo. But the manager gonna live and die by these players, and he probably gonna die, and that's on him. That's just on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm lost. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But I think actually I do get it. It's just the pressure getting to him. That's all it is. And Ed, I think Jason's just joined. That's why he said that, which is cool. Of course, if you lot join late and have questions, that's absolutely fine. Because you lot know, I don't duck no questions. I'll clear up anything. But just to clarify, everybody you see me make content with on a regular basis, I have no issues with. Just because we disagree or it gets heated, we're talking football. It's not serious.
It's normal, man. I have heated discussion with my best friends, and you probably think we don't like each other. You want to hear the way we talk to each other, you know? You get me? Calling each other names and all that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It is what it is, man.
Well, you're still brethren.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're still like, it don't stop nothing. So, like, that's just what it is. Warrior J, no stress, man. So, sorry for the lateness, flawless. My Wi-Fi was moving mad today. My Wi-Fi was no need to apologize, Warrior J. You're here. That's all that matters. And I hope you're good. And I hope everybody else is good. And large up everyone that's tapped in, because there's over 80 people here. 31 likes. What is this conversion rate? You lot moving like Manchester United attackers. Actually, I wish Manchester United attackers conversion rate was this high. You know that all our attacking players, Ivorian, have 1 Premier League goal between them. And people told me this wasn't a problem.
This is what I'm saying, Flawless. You know, this is what happens when you have players up front. And you know what don't help? And I think this is a constant. I probably sound like a parrot. It doesn't help when you have players who don't know how to retain possession and just play hoofball football all the time, and just hit and hope it goes to the right area and lands to the right players. It doesn't help, you know, at all. Of course, you won't be scoring goals. You just look at our best players. You look at Rashford in 18 games, 1 goal in 18 games. Poor, droppable performance. You look at Bruno Fernandes, you know, I don't give a shit that he had an assist for Scott McTominay, but that was a horrible pass, but we'll talk about that. But again, constantly giving the ball away 24/7 all the time. We're not a charity, bruv. You can't be out here giving away your things all the time. So you won't get goal conversions. I feel like a lot of our strikers feel like it's not easy, it's very hard, and they're just constantly pissed off, but they can't say anything. And then back to Rashford, when you're in a position where you're meant to square it, you're deciding to take a wild shot with your left foot instead of your right foot, you know, stuff like that. Those decision makers are really poor. Then you look at Anthony. Anthony don't even know what the byline is. You know, he needs to familiarize himself with the byline and
Don't know what
Hoyland.
the byline is.
Yeah, he don't know. That's two things he need to familiarize himself. Hoyland and the byline, because he doesn't find his place. He don't cross. He doesn't assist at all. So my friend always calls him a defensive winger because he's good at tracking back and etc. And then you go into the midfield again. Of course, we only have one. I can't even say attacking outlet because I just don't. I want to get into my feelings because you know what?
We do have one
I've had
attacking
enough.
outlet. His name's Casemiro. He's our best
Casemiro,
attacking
he's our best
midfielder,
attacking midfielder, but he's supposed to be playing in the holding midfield. But he's apparently our top goal scorer, right?
Yeah,
in
man, it's
all
not surprising.
competition.
He bucks the box. But go on,
and of course you got McTominay who doesn't get himself involved in the gameplay, but somehow gets goals. So you look at that, and then you look at our fullbacks, flawless. Our fullbacks don't contribute too much in terms of the attacking phase of the game. You know, they're not crossing it in, they're not assisting.
They're just out there.
They're just doing what they have to do. But thank God Dalot's starting to improve his game in the attacking phase. Yeah. But they're not creating as much chances. You look at the opposition, I've never seen a bit of grass on that goalkeeper opposition. You know, when I watched that game against Sheffield, that keeper was looking clean as hell, bro. Like he just clean. Fresh to death, like he's going out for a rave, like he's going out with the lads, because there was no stain on that shirt. He didn't get busy at all. So and that's many other goalkeepers that we've played against. They've never been busy. We're not doing anything. We're not creating clear-cut chances. I don't know. I can say maybe injuries has affected the way we're playing right now, but that's a lie. You know, let's be honest with ourselves. Injuries has not. It's just decision making, poor decision making from players have cost us a lot. So yeah, of course we'll get one goal. I would never want to play for Man United up front. You know, I said it myself before. Not even Jesus can score goals for our team playing up front. He can't perform miracles for our team because people like Bruno Fernandes and Rashford will let him down all the time. You know, when you want the ball, you're like, here, I'm free. They do their own thing. Selfish behaviors. You know, it's always been like that. And it's not just that. I've seen it in the last 3 to 4 seasons. Our strikers have never thrived. They haven't. They've struggled to score. Yes, Ronaldo scored 24 goals, but you can say he probably done it on his own as well. Knowing Ronaldo, he probably tell you that he done it all on his own with no assists, no one assisting him, because that's the type of player he is. And you got Cavani, who was the last striker to get a good, decent amount of goals. Same as probably Ibrahimovic, but everyone else struggled. Lukaku struggled after his second season. Ronaldo struggled after his second season. Cavani struggled after his second season, and they were not finding him. It's just I just don't know what we can do when we buy strikers. We've got a good striker. We don't find him. We don't look at him. We don't utilize him. We don't use his strengths. I don't know what we can do.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know what we can do. Large up everyone that is tapped in as well. Let me know in the chat in regards to who's available tonight, people. Is there anybody back from injury? Because I did see something saying not Malacia will be back tonight, but Malacia is like he's training again. Kobe Maino's training again. But let me know.
We saw Kobe flawless. We saw Kobe Maino play for the under-19 Champions League game against Copenhagen, which we lost 1-0. So he played about 45 minutes, which was planned.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so that's good. That's him getting minutes into his leg. Hopefully, it can lead up to the weekend football and get him to have some more minutes in the men's team. Because, boy, like I said before, I think he's got the talent, and I think he could potentially be the answer that we need in addition to our midfield to improve the quality of the midfield. Because he was fired during pre-seasons, and he's very good on the half turn as well. Because you can tell we've got a lot of players that are not that great on the half turn. Confusing players.
We've got a lot of players that just ain't great.
On the half term, especially losing players and all that stuff, a bit of trickery, running through the midfield without losing the ball. We don't have that at all. Players to carry the ball as well. A lot of ball carriers. We don't have that. And Kobe Maino is one of them. And I'm very sure once he's match fit, I reckon he'll have more game time than a lot of other midfielders. Because I saw it in this preseason that Ten Hag believes in him. And he thinks he can add something to this team, but he is young. So there's a lot for him to learn. So I think he's going to have a very good impact in this season and be more used this season. So we'll see, man. We will see.
We'll see. And big up to Hamza as well. I think that's Hamza, the City fan. So big up to
Yep,
Hamza.
I
I'm saying
think
it's
that
locked in.
is. Yep.
I think that is Hamza, the City fan. But yeah, he says big up the panel, like and subscribe. Hey, big up to you. And yeah, like he says here, what is this conversion rate? But yeah, big up to Hamza as well in the chat. And yeah, again, you lot, please let me know in regards to injuries. Who's available tonight? That's what we need to know. Please let us know. And Warrior J, yeah, we'll do the score prediction at the end. 100%. We'll do the score prediction at the end. We got you, man. Don't worry. Don't worry about that, man. We got the score prediction at the end. You lot continue to get your questions in. Please just keep them Manchester United related. It can be on the game today. Can be about the game that happened against Sheffield United. It can be on an individual player. Maybe about Ten Hag. Maybe the ownership, which we're going to get into, whether it's Sheikh Jassim, whether it's Jim Ratcliffe, whether it's the Glazers, etc., etc. Let's see what else you lot are saying as well. Abraham, I see you as well. Big up. What makes this worse is that we supposedly have players who can play system ball, because the two stars can't. We're stuck with this crap. Here's the thing with this, Ed, as well. In regards to it, it kills this myth that all we needed was a striker and we'll be fine. Because now I'm hearing the excuse of, well, they haven't played with a striker for so long, so it's new to them, bro. So you're telling me players can't adapt? Is this what we're saying? That players can't adapt? Professional footballers. You can get people who work at Foot Locker who have to adapt. You know what I'm saying? You work at a supermarket. I've done that. So that's not a shot at any of the things I'm talking about. I've worked at Tesco before. Worked at Tesco and you're forced to adapt. You're through, this person's new. Teach them the ropes. You didn't expect that when you woke up this morning at 4:40 to get in. I'm saying, when you woke up at 5 a.m. to get in at 6, you didn't expect that. What we doing so they can't adapt? I just had their excuses. Just had their excuses. And it kills that myth. And I said it all last season. Our attack was Rashford. And now we're seeing with Rashford so out of form what we have, which is Højlund, Casemiro, and that's it. They're the only players who do anything going forward. Yes, Højlund hasn't scored in the Prem, but look at him in the Champions League. Casemiro, I think I've already mentioned it, may be our top goal scorer. Tells you all you need to know. No one else is, guys, when people say, this player's, where's this creativity? I said it last season, where's all these chances we were supposedly creating that a striker was going to score? Our attacker scored 1 goal in the Premier League. We're approaching November. How much more, again, I keep saying this, how much more evidence do people need to see before you go, you know what?
Yeah, and our top goal scorer in the Premier League flawless is a player that we want out, Scott McTominay. Our top goal scorer.
Jesus.
Yeah, 3 goals. Who else? Flawless. Can you recall anyone else?
Jesus.
Yeah. And this is the player that we was meant to sell in the summer, because that just shows where we are. It's horrible, isn't it?
Horrible. Yeah, horrible. Regular and Varane available. Big up time to shine. Otherwise, same as Saturday. I played them. Actually, I wouldn't play them both. I play regular. I wouldn't play Varane, because I think Maguire and Evans on merit deserve their starts. I'm just tired of seeing Lindelof. I want to see Lindelof at centre back. Never mind at left back. I'm tired. Don't want to see him. Tired. You know what I'm saying? Tired of that.
Well.
Hamza says, do you believe the rumors about Potter being Ratcliffe's number 1 to replace Ten Hag? No, you know what it is, Hamza? I think it's a slow news day. I said this because big up to Saeed. This got mentioned on the Unfiltered podcast on Sunday. And I said, ManDem, and I addressed Ash. Addy Tate was there. Saeed was there as well. The chat said, we all know what this is. It was the only game that day was Aston Villa, West Ham. Slow news day. Let's link Manchester United to manager here. So no. And the reason why I don't think the rumors about Potter being Ratcliffe's number 1 is because Ratcliffe ain't even in position. How are you talking about, this is going to be my manager, this is my general, and you don't have the job? That's like me committing Britain to go to war against another country. I don't have that power. That's like me saying, yeah, we're going to declare war on country X. Everyone gonna look at me like, what power do you have? That's how I look at this. So do I believe it's true? No, I don't. I don't believe it's true, but we'll see. And to Compose You says, I heard Bruno's the 3rd best creator in the league this season so far. Is that true? Maybe on numbers.
Yeah, he probably is.
Maybe on numbers. But when you watch him, no. Because the guy I wanted is in North London, but here we are. Who people told me was no good because his team got relegated. But hey, like I said, our most successful captain in Premier League history got injured. I mean, got relegated, sorry. And we still signed him and was successful, but hey, we move. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just didn't watch Lavia go to Chelsea. You know, like, what are we talking about? God AEM says United should play a 4-4-2 with McTominay and Højlund as your strikers, Rashford left midfield, Casemiro and Bruno centre midfield, and free Sancho for the right wing. Nah, that's hot. That's a God AEM. That's a horrible midfield. That's a horrible team. You want to play two central midfielders and one of them's Bruno. Casemiro out there by himself.
He's been out there by himself at times.
Facts. Yeah, that's true. That is facts. Yeah, but that's a terrible team. No, I don't want to see that. Last thing I want to see with these man is 4-4-2. Casemiro out there by himself. Bruno in central midfield. Let Rashford and Sancho as not even wingers at midfielders. Nah. I want these man dropped. That's what I want. I want these man dropped. But will it happen? No. It will not happen whatsoever. Let's see what else you lot are saying. AEM also says, are you man ready for Copenhagen to beat United? Wouldn't surprise me. Not in the slightest. But actually, we'll go to that now. Not even the Copenhagen game. Sheikh Jassim, obviously we haven't spoke about it, withdrew from the process. His final bid rejected. Jim Ratcliffe was offered for 25% of the club. That's still on the table. Glazer's still here. Talk to his Ivorian. Thoughts on it all?
To this day, it still hurts. When that news came out that night, that Sheikh Jassim withdrew his bid, it pissed me off to the most, and it just was during international week as well. You know what's so funny? You guys will laugh, but I was so upset for the past 2 days. I woke up around Monday at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't go back to sleep because all I thought about is this recently happening? Like, Sheikh Jassim actually is not buying this club. I was tossing and turning overnight. That's how much it bothered me so much. I was super hurt, and it hurts even more when he's withdrawn, and then an hour later, the guy, the transfer guru Fabrizio Romano, when he tweets, he's not lying, and then he tweets that Sir Jim Ratcliffe, 25% will be considered. That just set me off, man. I'm disappointed, when we thought we had something good coming to us, it never happened. And that's typical Manchester United, so far since Fergie retired. And again, the only positive, Flawless, that I can see in this, because there is no positive in my opinion when it's Sir Jim Ratcliffe who's looking to obtain 25% and still lie in bed with the devils and leeches and demons of the Glazers. Yeah, it's just not a good offer. 25%. What does that mean? We know the 25%, the money's going straight to the Glazers because you have to obtain those 25%. There must be a transaction, a financial transaction to get 25%. So we definitely know, Flawless, that no money's coming to the club unless the Glazers themselves have said, okay, thank you for your 1.5 billion. We'll take that. Now we're going to pull it in the accounts of Manchester United. That's not going to happen, right? Yeah, because we've got plans. We've got plans to rebuild that stadium, to improve the infrastructure, fix the leaking roof, upgrade the swimming pool that Ronaldo complained about during the Piers Morgan interview. You know what I mean? Like, and also invest into the squad and reinvest and restructure the whole club. They're not going to do that. That's going straight to their pockets. So the question is, what else are you bringing, Ratcliffe? Because the 25% is just not a good idea. It's not good enough for me at all, man. I'm just worried where Manchester United is going to go with this situation. But the only lie I can say, because it's better than nothing, Flawless, it's better than not having it's better than not having anyone. Because if we didn't get anyone and it was just a scam and they would say, we was only joking, we was never going to sell. We just wanted to see what it was like by testing the waters and see how you guys react and stop the protests, then you will be fuming. But the only shining light in this is the fact that the negotiations that probably will take place in the next coming days or weeks or months is the fact that from what we've read, that he wants sporting control. Although I'm not that confident in Sir Jimmy Ratcliffe with his team, whether they're good at football and running a football club, because we've seen Nice as well for the last 3 to 4 years when they've acquired them not do well in the first couple of years. But that's Nice at the end of the day. That's a lot of work to do. This is Manchester United, as Gary Neville says and as Saeed said. So it makes it easier for them to get exactly. Shout out Saeed. It makes it easier to get to the level that they need to get to quickly. Yeah, if they're in charge of the sporting project, yeah. But again, I'm not convinced because his last 2 sporting projects, a football club, hasn't been the best. Although, as we speak right now, Nice are doing well in Ligue 1. you know, after beating PSG and all that kind of stuff, sitting second. So there's been an improvement, but it's not the improvement that you want. I believe he can get the right people in for the job. Though that's the only thing. If he has sporting control and not the Glazers, yeah, then he can think about restructuring the club upstairs, you know, and maybe, for example, getting rid of people who are doing a job for the first time, like like John Murtough, first ever job as a sporting director. I mean, as a director of football. Darren Fletcher as a technical director, that happens to be his first venture into the job, no experience. And you look at Richard Arnold, never been a CEO in his life, but he gets to do that. So to me, in my opinion, Manchester United are run by people who are doing it for the first time with L plates on their head, because that doesn't make no sense. How is it that the biggest club in the world have people who are learning on the job? Yeah, so he
Talk
can
about
rectify that.
work experience.
Yeah, on work experience, like, but I had to learn from Ed Woodward, who knows fuck all about football club. All he knows is business and finances. So I'm going to adopt that, and then I'm going to take that in. And we got John Murtough, who was an Uber driver for the youth team, head of youth development, getting promoted.
I said an Uber. Was he actually an Uber driver, or you just
well, he's the head of youth development. He was picking up the players from school and bringing them back and forth.
This guy, idiot. Yo. This guy, idiot. Yo.
No disrespect though, but it's the truth though. Like, this is Manchester United. We should never have people.
I said no disrespect. That was meant with disrespect. Don't do that.
You guys take it as you want, bruv. Well, there's no disrespect to it, you know. Just in case, John, you're watching, yeah. The fact that you're in the biggest club in the world and you're learning this role, you know, it's just not good enough. So I hope that Sir Jim Ratcliffe can rectify that and bring in people of high caliber. For example, we've been linked to Paul Mitchell ever since he's left Monaco, you know, who leaks have come out and news coming that he's interested, but we don't know whether that's true. That's just articles talking and people's Twitter's account saying that he's interested and he wants Manchester United. And I know he's from Manchester as well. It doesn't mean he wants the job, you know. It's not easy. Even me, I don't want a job at Manchester.
Talk about it, because you mentioned that earlier before the show. So we'll just go into that in regards to the let us know any information in regards to Paul Mitchell, people. We'll go on, carry on.
Yeah, so as I said, so he's been linked to the club.
News. We'll go on.
He's been linked to the club, and of course, they would like him to be the sporting director of Manchester United. Whether that's true, we will find out. And when I read news like that, yes, it's good news. It's great news. It means that we're looking at the right people. And when you read news as Richard Arnold and Sir John Murtaugh's job is under threat, yeah, if Rat comes in and takes over the sporting role of the club, then that's great, fantastic. That's the only shining light in this whole takeover, apart from the 25%, and whether you're going to work towards buying and obtaining the rest of the stake, which I don't think that would happen. That will take a good long time. Let's say, for example, Flawless, Manchester United or Sir Jim Ratcliffe's 25% bids get accepted, and all of a sudden things are happening just like that with Manchester United, and the tide is turning and things are looking good. What makes you think that the Glazers will say, hold on a minute, you know what? The shares has gone up now. You see how we agreed that you'll buy the rest of it for, like, let's say, for example, 5 billion.
There's been no deal struck anyway to say that if he gets 25%, he gets the rest. That's not been struck. That was we'll go on.
That's his idea, is to buy 25% and buy in the next coming years, buying as much stakes as he can of him. That's his idea, innit? That's what we've been reading, innit? That's what it says in the news. That's what the streets are saying.
That's what it's saying. I just don't believe it.
I know. I don't believe it, because I don't believe that the Glazers will sell the rest. Because if Manchester United are doing well under the merit of Jim Ratcliffe, they're gonna say, you know what? You know how we agreed 5 billion before for the rest of the stake to get 100%? You know what? The share price has gone up. We're doing well. You know what? I want 10 billion now. So do you see what I'm saying? That there's no guarantees that you're conning yourself. When you sleep with the devil will find a way to just con you, scam you, and further exploit you. It's like the mafias.
Unless it's the devil in South Park, we've seen that. We'll go on, carry on.
Yeah.
Seen that.
That's the only shining light.
Saddam Hussein, that was hilarious. But go on. Side note.
Yeah. South Park. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
When they had go on, carry on.
But that's the only positive thing. It's just that particular thing there. If he was able to get the sporting control of the club, but then again, that's also dangerous. I said it earlier on. It doesn't guarantee us that we will be successful, because these men have been involved. Ineos has been involved in a lot of stuff regarding sports, from Formula One to cycling to a bit of rugby there and to football. So they have their hands in a lot of pockets. So that doesn't mean they're successful in every aspect of sports that they've been involved in. So I just don't know. And then when you're bringing in your number two, your right hand man, who before was seen recorded saying he knows nothing about football, but it's an area where he wants to work in and improve. And again, guys, that probably was years ago. So don't just take it as he said that recently. You know, he could have went away into the dark cave like AJ has done in the last 4 days. And
has he actually done that? Side note,
well, AJ said he's been spending himself. He's isolated himself in darkness for 4 days.
No, they said he's going to. I'm saying, has he done it or is he going to do it?
I don't think he's done it yet because he showed in the videos that he showed us the place in it. He showed us the place, so he's gonna go and do it and find himself. But yeah, but do you know what would have been nice? What would have made it nice is I know Sheikh Yassin wanted 100% because you can't trust these devils in it, and doing business with the Glazers haram in it, so he doesn't want to do that as a Muslim man. But it would have been nice if he offered at least 50% in it and then work his way up to buying him Sheikh Yassin in it because what Jim Ratcliffe
100%, man.
What Jim Ratcliffe did, he realized that he can't get 100%, so he has to dance.
You out here giving Jim Ratcliffe props, yeah?
No, I'm not giving him props. I'm just saying that he realized these men weren't going to sell 100% or even as the majority stake.
He realized this. He don't have that bread. He ain't got that bread.
Oh, come on, man. The guy's got 58 million, bro. His company's worth 58 billion.
Sure. Just because your company's worth 58 billion don't mean you got 58 billion. He ain't got the bread. Man could have offered for 100%. He would have offered up for 100%.
It's a lot of money though.
25%. Yeah, it's a lot of money because he don't have it. That's why.
Fair enough.
Had that bread.
Sheikh Yassin had the bread, but the Glazers were never going to get rid of all the bread. If he offered a good 50%, where it's 50-50,
so you reckon
70%?
I don't think they accept it.
Because you know,
I go one further. I don't think they accept Jim Ratcliffe's bid.
Boy,
if that's the case, if that's all they want, what's taking so long?
And what pisses me off the most, Flawless, is that if you was looking for a minority stake, why did you entertain all of this for a whole year? Why didn't you do this long time ago? If you was looking to just get someone to come in and invest their money and just get a small percentage of the club, you should have done that a long time ago. Why entertain? Why do a second bid, a third bid, a fourth bid, and then a fifth bid, and then eventually, I'm going to speak to you, Sheikh Yassin, one-to-one on the phone, and it goes nowhere. Why waste our time? That's why they are crooks, absolutely crooks, and it's disgusting as well. That the fact that they wasted all that time, they went throughout the whole summer, criminal activities right there, the whole summer, wasting our time when you could have got someone in by January or before May to come in with their investments and maybe have an impact in the transfer window as well. But you chose not to. You chose to waste our time, stress us out even more, and now all hope is lost. As a Manchester United fan, all hope is lost because this Sir Jim Ratcliffe thing, it's not good news in my opinion, Flawless. It won't be good news. It might just even make us even worse. Yes, he's a Manchester United fan and all that kind of stuff, and he's got the passion for it, so he says. But it's the same guy that owns 2 other football clubs. It's the same guy that tried to buy Chelsea. The same guy that tried to buy a stake in Barcelona.
That's why I'm not hearing about him wanting what's best for the football club. This is why I'm not hearing about, his idea is to get 25% and then try and get the rest. No, he just wants a piece of the pie.
Yeah, piece of the pie, bro.
That's it. So you don't have if you want what's best for Manchester United Football Club and you are trying to bid for us, you look for 100%. You try and bid for 100%.
And this is the same guy that says he knows what Manchester United need. He knows what Manchester United have to do to get where they, and that doesn't involve the Glazers. So why are you backtracking on your words and you want to sleep with the devil and dance with them? Like really,
because you don't have Manchester United's best interests at heart. That's exactly why.
Trust me.
That's exactly what it is.
If you did, you want 100% and you do whatever it did. And Sheikh Yassin showed that. He had Manchester United best interest. He offered, apparently from what they say, double what they wanted. Manchester United only valued under 3 billion.
See, that's a no. That's what we're doing. That's what we told. Yeah, that's not the Glazers' valuation. That's the club. That's the valuation of the club that people have looked at. But yeah, we move to big up to Chi, who says, "What do you guys think is the issue with United's attack? Look at how many goals Liverpool attackers have compared to us."
We've been there. I already said it. Flawless, I already said it. I'm not answering this question. I've already went through the fact that they don't find their strikers.
Yeah, I'll answer it. Our attackers are just not very good. That's what it is. And our attackers weren't. And the crazy part is our attackers weren't good last year, people. That's why all summer long I said, where's the creativity coming from? Where are the goals coming from? Outside of Rashford, we don't have no outlet. And we're seeing that with Rashford in poor form and his production has slowed down. Our attackers, so that's strikers, that's wingers, that's 10s, that's attacking 8s, have one goal between them in the Premier League. One goal between them in the Premier League. We have 0 goals at home from our attackers in the Premier League, and we are approaching November. Our attackers are just not very good, and people vastly overrated it. Vastly overrated. And we're seeing that now. But all you have to do is just watch us. But again, people get too, I don't know if people's emotions get involved or people just look at results and just think, all right, we won a trophy, finished 3rd, 2nd best home record, everything's great. No. And all this, stats, and Bruno, someone mentioned it before, being the best 3rd best chance creator in the league. And then you've got Mount we're bringing in, who's quote unquote creative. Like, no, these players are not creative. And then adding on that, our fullbacks are also not creative. So we ain't going to create a lot, which we don't. How many clear-cut chances do we create per game? Very few. Created 2 against Sheffield United, and one of them was a shot that got deflected that just dropped into Højlund's path on accident. The other one was the Rashford left foot strike. That's it. That's a championship side, and we're creating 2 clear-cut chances against them. 2 tells you all you need to know. And Tavuru says, respectfully, you guys are not beating Copenhagen. No one here has said is confident we are beating Copenhagen. So I don't know why you've said that, but we move. Let's continue to bump up the likes as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. People always be doing that in the chat. Who said we are beating Copenhagen with any confidence or any vim? I've openly said if we don't win, it would not surprise me. Same way Ivorian said that. Bayern 1-0 up. What does that do for the group? Let me have a look at that. Let me have a look. You lot continue to get your questions in before we close out as well. 1 second. Let me have a look here. Make sure you subscribe to the gaming channel as well. Yeah, I'm just trying to see what that does for the table. So if Bayern Munich are winning, that would take them to 9 points and put Galatasaray on 4, which means if we win today, we're a point behind them. We can still, ironically, we can still get out of this group.
We can. Talk is easier than doing it.
Yeah. That is. And not winning today means Europa is gone for 2 years minimum. I don't want Europa. I hate that competition. I don't want Europa League. But it is must win. It is must win. And yeah, how they ain't currently buying are doing us a favor last season and that. Shout out to the Don Months. Drowning myself in streams. LOL. Large up the ManDem. Shout out to Months. You know what I'm saying? Yes, best number 10 in Pro Clubs history, without doubt. My number 10. Pro Clubs will be back. So make sure you subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV Gaming YouTube channel, people. Sarcasm City TV Gaming YouTube channel. The link's underneath in the description. I'll drop it in the chat. We're at 40 subscribers. So not only will you get Pro Clubs over there with the OGs like Months, Surfer, etc. You'll also get it with the members. So I'll be running a Pro Clubs team with the members. So if you want to be a part of the Pro Clubs team, the link for the membership is in the pinned comment. That's at any level. I need to actually add it as a perk. I'm going to add it as a perk. So I will do that today, actually. What else is going to say? Career mode, which everyone's waiting on me to do. I'll be running career mode. And then after that, I'll run other games as well. So like GTA. Definitely going to try set it up on my PS3 to run Fight Night Champion. If I can, I want to run Def Jam Fight for New York because it's a classic. Of course, COD, NBA 2K, and any other suggestions you lot have as well. And Vuvu, again, you could just ask, are you still Ten Hag out or Ten Hag out now? Still Ten Hag out. As soon as I'm Ten Hag out, I'll say it. You will have to ask me. I'll let it be known. But I'm just in a state I'm in the depression of depression. So that's where I'm at with this team. So I'm not even thinking straight or thinking clearly. But yes, I still have Ten Hag out because I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel, to be honest. That's what it is. But yeah, you lot go subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV Gaming YouTube channel, like I said, because we are at 40 subscribers with no videos on there. So big up to you lot, man. And we're at 8,410 as well. Yeah, Warrior J, 5 stages of grief, man. I was at bargaining for a long time. And then I just slipped straight to depression. And that's where I'm at.
5 stages of grief, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. It is. And we legit just do it is. But yeah, you lot questions before we close out in the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. Give us your lineup. What lineup do you want to see, Ivorian? Give us the lineup you would pick, not what Ten Hag's playing.
Does it include players who
Yeah,
are available
obviously
at
it's the
this
players
present?
available. Yeah, yeah. When I
Mm,
say that, I'm talking. Don't give us the team that you
mm,
think that
mhm,
Ten Hag gonna pick.
mhm.
Give us the what's it
You know,
called?
I
Give us
want.
the team
I'll give you
that
what I
you would
want,
pick
man.
if you're the
Mm,
manager. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey,
mm.
Jago, big up as well, man. Good to see you in the building. Shout out my guy Jago every single time. Gonna get you on the channel soon. Yeah, go on, Ivory.
Okay, right back again. Diego Dallo in defense, in goal. And I know first of all, in defense, Diogo Dallo playing right back. Evans and Varane,
Okay.
but then again, Varane might get injured because he needs minutes. So I'm gonna go with Maguire and Varane,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, for
Maguire for
today.
run first.
Yeah,
First.
Maguire and Varane, and then of course, playing left back. I want Regulon to start, but I know he
So you
wants to.
play
But that's
regular?
who I want.
Yeah,
I
but
would
this
play
is your
Regulon.
team, so yeah,
Yeah,
play
I would play
regular first.
Regulon.
Mm-hmm.
And then in midfield, it's going to be a Scott McTominay and Amrabat just to make that midfield a bit solid. Or actually, no, scratch that. Amrabat and Christian Eriksen, because we need goals. And up front, top four, who do we have? Fucking no, we have no one. Anthony, bench Bruno today. Let's just put Mount in and see what he can do. And Rashford and Hoyland up front. I just like to see a difference. And in fact, no, what? Screw that. Get rid of Rashford. Put Martial on the left hand side because I want to see some players with creativity and knowledge, bro, and know-hows when to give and go and
Wait, so
etc.
who was it? So you had McTominay, Amrabat, Mountain in
No.
midfield.
Christian Eriksen
Yeah, go on.
and Amrabat in midfield.
Okay.
Anthony, I'm dropping Bruno today and putting Mount and see what he can do.
So where's everyone playing? Go on, give us the
Oh, it's
position.
4-2-3-1.
All
4-2-3-1.
right, cool. So the two
4-2-3-1.
is Ericsson and Amrabat. Who's in the
Yeah.
10?
10 Mount today. We want Mount.
Okay,
I want to
I'll
see what
got
Mount's
you.
saying. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
of
cool.
course, on the left wing side, I'll go Garnacho and Anthony on the wing, and then Hoyland up front.
First.
I'm dropping those two, man. They deserve a dropping. They need to be dropped.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I would go Onana in goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the low right back. Trying to think. Yeah, I played the low right back. Regular and playing left back. 100%. I'd go Maguire. I'd keep him Maguire and Evans. Because I thought they played well in the past couple of games. So I'd keep him Maguire, Evans. Midfield, Amrabat, Ericsson, Mount. I'd go with the same midfield three as you actually. Right hand side, I'm going Palestri. This is my team. Left hand side, Garnacho. And up top, Hoyland. I'm tired of these men. Like,
Trust me.
I'm tired. Like that would be my 11. I've had enough. I've had enough. Like legit. Tired of them, man. Jokers.
I'm telling you.
But here we are. For real. Trust me.
I'm tired of Hush Puppy's cousin, bro. I've had enough of that fraudster, man.
For real. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Warrior J, this is us from I said this all like we are Chelsea. If Rashford's not there from last season, that's us. And we're seeing it now. So our attackers don't score. But hey, people are always to get on Rashford's case, and we're seeing it when he don't perform well. We don't have an attack. Now, if he was performing well, say he had got, I don't know, like 6 goals in this period, 3 assists, we would have won more games. And people are like, all right, attack's fine. Now we're seeing it. Where's all these goals we were supposed to score with a striker? Where's all this creativity we have? All we needed was a striker. Stupidness. Just pure foolishness and just incorrect. So it is foolishness. People just saying because they like the players, man. I can like certain players too and be fans of certain players too, but I'm still gonna call it as I see it.
Absolutely, bro.
Same way with Rashford and Paul Form. Yeah. It's like even when people mention Sancho. Do I think Sancho improves this? No, he doesn't. No, Daniel, when I say their attack, I'm talking about you lot from last year, not this year. I'm talking from last year. Yeah, like, do I think Sancho improves this? No, I don't think he does. I don't think that's any assistance or any help. Not because I don't rate Sancho. I just don't think he's a Premier League winger. Like, that's it. I just don't think he's a Premier. I don't think he's a winger, but I think he'll go elsewhere and be successful because he's young enough and super talented. So I don't think his career by any stretch of the imagination is over, and he will be moved on in January, I believe, whether that's a permanent transfer or whether that's a loan. But we should have done this in the summer. Typical Manchester United. Should have just dealt with it and done with and dealt with it and done with it in the summer. But we just never do sensible things. Anyways, anything else you want to add, Ivorian, before we close out?
Nah, man. I just hope that we win today, man. That's all I've got to say to Manchester United fans, man. Those who are watching right now. I just want 3 points. Just want to have a nice night and enjoy the rest of the week until next week because the Sunday one is a bit peak flawless. So we'll see what happens, man.
Oh yeah,
I
we
know.
need to discuss that.
No,
Yeah,
I don't want to discuss that flawless.
We don't want to, but neither do I.
I don't want to.
Neither do
Yeah.
I presume you're doing a watch along for that game, and you don't want to do that, do you?
Yeah, I don't want to as well, but I have
They
to
don't want to
because I signed up for the shit.
You know what I'm saying? We not like other content creators out there. Like we watch everything. You know what I'm saying? We don't cut off,
take holidays.
We don't cut off watch alongs, yeah, man. We don't cut off watch alongs because
Exactly.
refereeing decisions go against you. I'm saying we answer all questions and we're here win, lose or draw. Or in Manchester United's case, lose, draw or lose. But we are here. You know what I'm saying? Like we are here. You know
but yeah, no. If you want to ask my opinion, you know what my opinion is. I don't think we'll win that game.
All right, talk about it.
No, I just don't. There's nothing to talk about. I just don't think we're gonna win that game, flawless. Yeah. What am I gonna talk about? Oh, we need to do this. We need to do. No, this is Manchester City we're talking about. Fair enough, it's at Old Trafford, and last time we played them, we beat them at Old Trafford. But it's our current form, and especially the fact that flawless in the big games, we're just not it. We're just not it. No, all we can hope for is that referee fucks over Man City on that day, and VAR's Varchester United is the man of the match in that game. That's all we can hope for. But apart from that, against City, all I see is us defending, or Nana saving. Amrabat and Casemiro trying their best to win the ball back. Bruno Fernandes hoofing the ball around, giving it away. As soon as we get the ball, he gives it away. Rashford doing the things that he does that annoys you the most, making the wrong decisions 24/7, and Højlund not getting a touch. And Anthony being a defensive winger. That's what I'm going to suspect to see on that day. And that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's the truth, though.
I believe you, fam.
No, I'm not lying.
I believe you. Do I think what's it called? Obviously, closer to the time. I had to get Ivorian's thoughts now because we won't speak again until after not only after the Copenhagen game, but after the Manchester derby. And I'll discuss it obviously all week long in regards to the lead up and build up to the Manchester derby. But am I confident going into this game? Absolutely not. No. Why would I have any confidence going into the Manchester derby? Why? Why would I? No, it's gonna be. I'm just at this point where I'm like, just don't get embarrassed. Just go in there and if you go there and put in a performance and lose, I go, all right, and hold my hands up and say, they're just a better side. Cool. Well, we just go in there and roll over and play dead. Will I be pissed? No, because it won't even surprise me. It's just more further proof of what these players are and what this manager is. If they do that, if we go on. But it's a big week. It's a big week. Actually, a big few games because not only do we play Copenhagen today, we got Manchester City in the derby on Sunday. And then I believe the following Tuesday or Wednesday is Newcastle United. Can't remember if it's Tuesday or Wednesday. We play Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup. So it's 3 games in free competitions where we move. And to Evan who says on another note, Flawless, are you live streaming the basketball tonight? Great question, Evan. Absolutely phenomenal question. Yes, I will be, people. I won't be live streaming the first game, unfortunately, because I'll be here at midnight for the Manchester United Liverpool show. So ManDem United podcast, analysis at Anfield podcast. However, following that, 3 a.m. UK time, opening game, Golden State Warriors versus Phoenix Suns. Golden State Warriors versus Phoenix Suns. That watch along will be live on the Sarcasm City TV Kick. So it won't be here on the YouTube channel, people. It'll be on the Sarcasm City TV Kick. So download the app for free. Sign up for free. The same way you watch and comment on YouTube is the exact same way you can watch and comment on Kick. So download the Kick app from your store, whether it's Android, whether it's your Play Store, or whether it's what's it called? What's the iTunes store called?
iTunes.
Is it the iTunes store?
No, I mean, sorry, Apple Store.
There we go. You know what I'm saying Apple Store.
App Store, App Store.
Apple, yeah. The Apple Store. Yeah, I knew it was that. So yeah, the Apple Store. So yeah, make sure you just download the Kick app from wherever you download your apps from, and then create an account, sign up, and get over to the Kick, people. Because not only you got NBA content on there, you got NFL content on there, Formula One content on there. Also get non-Manchester United Champions League watch-alongs on there, and you also get non-Manchester United Premier League watch-alongs on there. There's a lot going on the Kick. So if you're a fan of Sarcasm City TV, if you're a fan of it and you're only on YouTube, you're not getting the full experience, people. How are you a fan of Sky Sports and only watch Sky Sports News but don't watch Sky Sports Main Event? Kind of, yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah,
there we go, people. That's exactly what it is. So yeah, I will be streaming the basketball. To use a 007, it says City are weaker than usual. They're doing a mini rebuild, but you never know what's going to happen with Manchester United. That's all well and good. But I don't mean we beating them.
Mm-hmm.
Mini rebuild or not, they're still the best team in the country. And we are far from the best team in the country. Far from. On form, hey, you don't even want to know how low down we are in the table in terms of form and where we would sit. But they at the top of the tree anyway. But we move. But Ivorian, let them know anything you want to add actually that we haven't discussed before we continue, before we leave.
Sorry, let me see. No. Everything's been covered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything's been covered. Where they can find me, of course, where you guys can find me is also Red United TV. I'm back live later on for the watch along for the match against Copenhagen, and then live on Thursday at 5 p.m. for your latest Manchester United news, and then the Man City derby that I don't really want to do, but I just have to do because I signed up for this shit. You know, when you sign up for shit, I'm a man. I'm a true man. I don't just do things half-heartedly, just like Flawless. When we sign up for this shit, we're there for the good, bad, and the ugly. We're not just there for the good and only the good. And when it gets bad, you disappear. You close down your YouTube account. You go missing for a whole season. And I'm talking about Liverpool fans as well. Like that goes out to the Liverpool fans who don't show up. And then when your team loses, you know, people inviting you don't want to turn up. No, we are there when we lose, man. That's the great thing about that. You invite us to our channel so you can troll us. We'll be there. We'll take the smoke. We'll give it back as well. Because that's what we do. We don't hide at all. We don't go to shows with masks on our face, trying to hide our faces and etc. But that's the thing. So we definitely, we are true to our shit, bro. So yeah, man. And again, you can always follow Red United TV on Instagram if you guys want to follow me. Red United TV 1 on Instagram. And if me personally, I've _spice on Twitter and also on Instagram. And of course, subscribe to Red United TV follow Red United TV on Twitch, because we're also on Twitch as well. So follow us as well. I do stream on Twitch. And of course, continue to subscribe to Sarcasm City, man. We're just waiting for that 10,000.
Yeah, man.
We're waiting for that. You know,
roll to the 10K. You know what I'm saying? Right, 60 likes.
Can you have the party a bit early so I can jump in? You know, man's an old man. I get tired by midnight, bro.
You know what? For 10K, I might do a marathon stream for 10K.
Oh, the whole dating?
Yeah, I might do like 12 hours or like 24 hours or something like that.
Okay, then that's someone that can jump on.
Yeah. I may do something like that, maybe, because obviously the record for a live stream on here is 9 hours. You know what I'm saying? So I may run like 12 hours, maybe 24 hours. I'll actually chat closer to the time when we do approach 10K. I'll get ideas from you in regards to what live stream you would like to see for the 10K. Obviously, I can't just do a regular 10K subscriber pie. So even if I do something for like 4 hours or something like that, I'm saying I got to do something. Yeah, I'm not sure. Obviously, I got ample time to think about it and figure that out. Ample time. Well, we move.
Yes, we move.
It is, but large up everyone that is tapped in. Make sure you hit make sure Ivorian's channel, Red United TV. The link's underneath in the description. One of the mods, please drop the link for his channel in the comment section. But the link's underneath it. Not only on this live stream, every live stream. Ivorian's channel, the link's underneath in the description. It's also on the homepage as well, on the featured channel section. So you can find his channel easy and find all his socials as well. Make sure you hit the like button on here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We will be back 7:40 p.m. people UK time, so 20 minutes before kickoff for a watch along for the Manchester United Copenhagen game. Then following that, we'll be live back here at midnight for the first crossover of the week. As always, ManDem United podcast, analysis at Anfield podcast, the Manchester United Liverpool show. So discussing all things Manchester United. Hopefully a win against Copenhagen. Looking back at Liverpool's win in the Merseyside derby as well. And then following that, live on the kick, people, for the Golden State Warriors versus Phoenix Suns live stream watch along, first NBA regular season watch along of the year. So we're going to get them constantly throughout the year. And we did hit 60 likes and we hit 8,410 subscribers. So we hit 2 subscriber marks and got up to 60 likes. So salute to you lot. On top of all that, Sarcasm City TV Gaming YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, I know it's a lot of information, but we got a lot going on, people. A lot going on in regards to content. We are available on all audio platforms, people. all audio platforms, wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Sarcasm City TV, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. And this show and all the other shows on the channel, apart from watch-alongs, will pop up. So like I always state, if you want to listen while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're driving, you may be at work, you may be traveling, you may be at the gym, maybe you just don't want the YouTube app sucking up all your data, or you might just prefer to listen to audio only. So like I said, SoundCloud, hit us with a follow on there, Sarcasm City TV, Spotify. Make sure you follow us on there and 5-star us, please, on Spotify. Same to the iTunes or the iPhone users, iTunes, Apple Podcast. If you have an iPhone, please, right now, go and 5-star us and leave us a review on there. Big up to all the audio listeners. I know I salute all the YouTube and watchers and all the Kick watchers, but big up to each and every one of everyone who listens on the audio platforms. Much appreciated, and I'll be seeing the numbers go up. So salute to you lot. But big up, like I said, we're back. 7:40 p.m., 20 minutes before kickoff for Manchester United versus Copenhagen Champions League watch along. Can't wait. You can hear the excitement in my voice. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be fantastic. Let's see who's live to raid beforehand. Yeah, man, but just you lot continue to support in the manner in which you have, man. You lot just continue to support. Much, much, much appreciated. For real, for real. Let's see. Is anybody? No one is actually live. So I'll just send you lot to the watch along. That's what I'm going to do. So as soon as this stream ends, you'll go to the watch along, just hit the like button on there, hit the notification bell on the actual video itself. And then you definitely get notified, because YouTube be moving funny with notifications at times. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.